We've got the all-new Buick Envision.
This one shocked us.
Here we go. Sport mode, Zach. Hold on. Oh, that's impressive.
Actually, the whole car is impressive. We're going to get into all of that, but right now, what's under the hood of this thing?
A 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder with a 9-speed automatic transmission, 228 horsepower and 258 pound-feet of torque. Standard all-wheel drive.
So we like a lot about this vehicle. But you know what we like the most? What you get with the base model. What are the key standard features?
The base trim comes with a 30-inch screen with Google built in, wireless Apple Carplay and Android Auto, wireless charger, a head-up display, a 9-speaker Bose sound system, heated front seats, 8-way power driver's seat, 6-way manual passenger seat, driver's seat memory and side mirrors, perforated leatherette upholstery, a heated steering wheel, and a hands-free power liftgate. In the US, not all these features are standard, but they are available.
Unfortunately, the drive modes are on that side, but you can just play along. What are we going to put it in, Andrea?
You got to put it in S for subscribe, and if you can hit that notification bell, you'll be notified when all of our reviews drop, and then you can watch them.
And we do this, the couple car review, twice a week. The first one drops on Wednesday.
We put another one out on Saturday.
So make sure to like and subscribe, but also follow along on Instagram. It's Motormouth_Andrea to see what's up behind the scenes and to get a question in. For me, it's Motormouth_Auto, and the links are below the like button. Andrew, remember that old song from the Commodores? It's Easy Like Sunday Morning.
Yep.
Lionel Richie. Easy like Sunday morning. I can't do it justice, but this car is just easy to live with. It does everything really well.
Does it ever? I mean, you saw that instant acceleration off the top of the video. It is very good. Passing power on the highway is excellent. Auto start stop feature, I had to double check that it was on because it was so smooth. Steering, I was expecting super light steering from Buick, and it feels really good.
Check out that big meaty steering wheel, because we drove the Cadillac a few weeks ago, and then we're driving this one, and I noticed right away the thick steering wheel.
Yeah, I like it too, and the Sport Touring model gets a flat bottom steering wheel.
And the other thing is the suspension is still connected. It's not disconnected. It's not floaty like maybe you're driving a Lincoln. This, you still feel the road. But what they do particularly well at Buick is what they call quiet tuning.
Yeah.
They take a lot of elements in the car and they work on sound insulation. Now, you're not totally insulated from the outside world or the engine, but you do feel an elevated sense of quality and refinement because it's quiet.
Absolutely. The cabin remains quiet whether you're in the city or on the highway. And guess what? Quiet tuning is standard. It's not something that you only get on the higher trims, and I like that.
It's standard on every Buick.
Now, this comes with a load of driver assist technology and safety features like blind spot monitoring and rear cross traffic alert, lane keep assist, forward collision warning, but what it doesn't get is Super Cruise.
Yeah, we mentioned that with the Cadillac as well. Super Cruise is an omission, especially General Motors has made a big deal about it, so that's just too bad. You know what, Andrea, I like telling this story. The first car I owned was a Buick.
Yeah.
The first car I learned to drive on was a Buick. My mom had a Buick Century. My stepfather, Bo, he had a Buick LeSabre, I think it was a LeSabre station wagon. We were a Buick family.
Nice.
I had got a soft spot for the Buick brand. It's been a long time since Buick had its heyday back then, but I think this is going to help turn things around for them.
Yeah, this is definitely has a more modern feel, like a younger person would buy this instead of an older demographic, I would say. Another thing I really like is that this comes standard with driver's seat memory, and it includes the mirrors. And this also comes standard with a head-up display, which you don't see that often.
All right, now, Andrea was driving by the camera, and I'm standing behind the camera, and I'm looking at it, and I'm like, wait a second, this has some kind of like Maserati front grille vibes to it. It's a good-looking car.
Some people have said they see the Porsche front grille, like from the Macan. I do see the shape of it being almost like a Stelvio or a GLC. I think Buick's done a great job with the design of this. It's sporty. I really like the trim.
Elegant, classy.
And I like the trim that we're driving with the chrome exterior accents. If you get the Sport Touring model, you get black exterior accents, including black roof rails and black wheels. Standard features include LED headlamps, LED tail lamps. You've got 18-inch wheels, available 20-inch, and a temporary spare tire.
Okay, go over on this side. Okay, this is the bumpiest
and it was good.
The bumpiest part of this road. Now you hear a little bit of tire noise over the blank. This is really bad, by the way. But here's the worst bit right here. I mean, that's quite tolerable.
Pretty good.
Okay,
and these
back
are
over to the other side. I can't handle it.
And these are 20-inch wheels, so I think that it does a pretty good job of eating up the bumps of the road. Now we'll go to the quieter side and look at.
Oh, so nice.
Very nice.
Well, now we turn our attention to the inside of this Buick, and we've seen this before. We've seen this movie before, Andrea. The big screen first started in the Cadillac Escalade.
Yeah.
We saw it in the Cadillac XT4. It's the new General Motors screen. And this one, I think, looks really particularly good, framed by the bronze around it.
Yeah, lots of different mix of materials in here. Storage is quite good. I like how this opens up both ways. You've got some different areas. Like, I've been putting my phone here while Zach is charging his phone in the wireless charging unit.
I let you charge. I can move my phone there too.
You do. I just didn't
I'm not
need
hogging
it.
it.
It's just nice to have a place for a second phone. So storage is very good. This one comes with leather upholstery. I like that it comes with different color options. This one does. Even if you get the leatherette, you get a couple different interior color options.
It's very pleasant. It's well designed, and it's actually, I know the screen looks kind of overwhelming at first. Once you figure out, for example, that the headlamps are actually done on the screen, but you just leave it in auto, really, and you're just going to set it and forget it.
Yes.
So a lot of this stuff at first maybe looks a little overwhelming. It isn't. You'll figure it out in a pretty short period of time, and General Motors does a great job with that kind of stuff. I always say they design their infotainment screens to be used from 18 to 80, and you can get your head around it.
Yeah, the climate control buttons are all at the bottom, so you've got those. You've got a volume knob. In the screen is where you're going to put on your heated or ventilated seats, and the heated steering wheel, which is heated all the way around, is on the steering wheel. The other thing I really like in this model is the light headliner. It keeps everything really bright, and in the rear you have vents, proper vents.
Well, speaking of the rear, here's me getting in the back seat. Considering this is in the subcompact to compact class, it actually has really good legroom, not bad headroom, and the seats are quite scooped out and comfortable.
Comparing the Envision to the Lexus NX, the Buick has 40.4 inches of front row legroom, which is a little less than the NX. Second row legroom at 39.3 inches is quite a bit bigger, offering 3 inches more space than the Lexus.
Here's me lifting up the power liftgate, and you can see there's really quite useful cargo space. How does it stack up?
Cargo space behind the second row is 25.2 cubic feet, and overall cargo space at 52.7 cubic feet is larger than the NX.
Make sure you stick around after Questions, Coffee, and Cars. You knew it was going to come up. Quality.
Time now for Questions, Coffee, and Cars.
We're mixing it up. Iced Questions, Coffee, and Cars because it's summer.
I went for hot.
You ready? Your questions from Instagram.
Do you think it's worth going up to the top trim considering how many standard features the Envision gets? Amazing value.
Do you know what they should do, Andrea?
Amazing value.
You should go, you rewind it back to the key standard features and watch that again because it's amazing.
Amazing.
The base trim comes with a 30-inch screen with Google built-in, wireless Apple Carplay and Android Auto, wireless charger, a head-up display, a 9-speaker Bose sound system, heated front seats, 8-way power driver seat, 6-way manual passenger seat, driver seat memory and side mirrors, perforated leatherette upholstery, a heated steering wheel, and a hands-free power liftgate. In the U.S., not all these features are standard, but they are available.
So you back? Oh, welcome back.
So the way that I look at it, first off, this Avenir trim is pretty cool looking with all the chrome exterior accents, and the interior is really nice, and you get leather upholstery where that base model is leatherette. But I was kind of thinking that. Maybe I'll just get the base model and I'm going to add the panoramic sunroof because it's an add-on, Zach.
Yeah, that's good. You don't have to pay. You don't get it, which is what I like. But if you want it, you can just pay extra. Here's the thing. Andrea and I were talking about this. You can go for a mainline car.
Yeah.
So this is called a premium brand. It's, a little more than regular mainline. So instead of getting a fully kitted mainline car, you could get a base model of this. It's almost the same price.
Oh, actually, it's a little less.
It's a little less.
And
just in, it's a little less.
a little less. And I really think that this Buick blurs the lines between non-luxury and luxury. And I'm kind of smitten with it. Now, there are features that you can get on the top trim that you're missing out on. So I'll just run through the list. 8-way power passenger seat, a massaging driver's seat, perforated leather upholstery, ventilated front seats, heated rear seats, and the panoramic sunroof is standard. But like I said, it can be addition on the lower trims, the panel roof.
I don't need all that stuff.
How is this compared to a Volvo XC60 in terms of size and fit and finish?
We'll do the size first.
Yeah, so cargo space, it's the XC60 that's going to offer you more, and front row legroom, but it's the rear legroom. This has more. And
when it comes to interior fit and finish, I would suggest that maybe on some of their higher trims, the leather maybe is a little bit nicer. And visually, you might go, ooh, that looks good, because the one we had the white interior.
Yeah.
If this had a light interior, it might look quite nice as well. But they don't have all this tech. They still got an old, I think it's 11-inch screen, and they have Google built in. But I would suggest that this has a lot more tech and at a much more palatable price.
I agree with that. And I actually really like the combination of materials that are used in this Avenir model, from the bronze accents. There is piano black at the center console, which is too bad. I mean, we would like to see less of it.
But it's only there.
It's only there.
And the thing is, we had the Cadillac XT4, the cousin to this, and they did a vinyl wrap on the top. This gets the piano black. I'm okay, because that's really the only place it has it.
It is. I asked the question in Questions, Coffee, and Cars number 69. Envision or XT4? I think we probably didn't answer that because we hadn't driven these yet.
Yeah, so we just drove the XT4 in Newfoundland. We had several days with it, did a lot of miles on it, and then we got this one. Okay, ready?
Wait, I have to finish.
Oh, there's more?
There's more.
But there's more.
I picked up the Envision with the gray and slate blue accents. Love that interior color combo and could not be happier. Makes me laugh every time when people ask, is that a Buick?
Okay, which one would you choose? Ready? 3, 2, 1.
Buick. Don't get us wrong. We like the XT4 as well. We gave it a good review. It's a good product. But I just like this more.
This one is just easy to live with.
Is it ever?
And now it's time for our hot topic. What's this one, Andrea?
How is Buick performing from a reliability perspective?
Well, I'm glad that somebody brought up this subject, because I've been talking about this for years, because following this brand, they have indexed well above the industry average, not only for initial quality, but long-term dependability for many years, including brands like Lexus and Porsche. They're right near the very top. All right, time now to get into the fuel economy, can this thing tow, and more in our vital stats.
Let's start with pricing. We'll do Canada first and then move on to the US. The Canadian pricing includes freight, PDI, and fees. The base model is just over $45,500, and the top Avenir is just over $53,500. In the US, the base model starts at just over $37,000, and the top Avenir is just over $48,000.
Here's the fuel economy: 10.8 liters per 100 kilometers in the city, 8.3 on the highway. That's 22 miles per gallon in the city, 28 miles per gallon highway. The towing capacity is 1,500 pounds, and the warranty is 3 years, 60,000 kilometers, or 36,000 miles. So maybe you want a premium brand of this size. What else can you choose?
For your consideration, 4 vehicles for you to consider.
Up first is the Lincoln Corsair with a 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder, 250 horsepower, and a starting price of over $51,000.
The Acura RDX with a 2-liter turbo 4-cylinder, 272 horsepower, and a starting price just under $57,000.
The Lexus NX 2.4-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder, 275 horsepower, and a starting price over $56,500.
The Volvo XC60 with a 2-liter turbo 4-cylinder, 247 horsepower, and a starting price of just under $58,500.
So there are 4 compact SUVs for you to consider.
Lightning round, 2 things we like, 2 things we like to see improved.
I love the value that this offers.
It's actually really nice to drive.
What I'm not crazy about is just that high gloss black finish at the center console.
And is it just me, or are the Buick names confusing? There's the Envista, there's this, what's this one again? Envision, there's the Encore. I'm confused.
Well, we're driving the Envision.
But it's also the Avenir. Got all that?
Yeah, thanks for watching. And if you like what you see, subscribe. And we'll see you next time.